It said, "You've said there's a meaningful chance the technology your company is building could cause human extinction, and yet you're racing to build it faster. How do you justify that to the rest of us who didn't get a vote?" Dario, would you like to answer Claude?
Well,
I
first
thought
of
that was
all,
a pretty damn good question, I must say.
I agree. First of all, let no one ever say that Claude is soft on me or Claude is biased towards me or towards Anthropic. Like,
Wow,
Claude throws hardballs.
I
Like
thought that was pretty good.
Claude doesn't,
Good,
Claude
yes.
doesn't pull its punches.
Yes.
So to actually answer the question,
Yes.
this technology is an epochal change for humanity. At some point, humans started to use fire. At some point, humans, built steam engines and factories, and that created the Industrial Revolution. And so when I say things like this, I'm taking a very zoomed out perspective, right? If I said, well, I don't know, I think the Industrial Revolution could lead to very powerful weapons and kill a bunch of people. That's definitely true, right? In some cases, it did do that.
It did do it.
But we understand that the Industrial Revolution as a process, as a technological event, was worth doing. We don't still want to be living in caves, but we need to manage it in the right way. And so the way we think about this company is, look, there's many companies building this technology. It's something that is happening to humanity one way or another.
We're in it. We're in it.
And there's this train. It's going very fast in some direction. You don't want it to crash. You can't stop the train. But what you can do is you can steer the train. Steer the train so that it doesn't hit the rocks. And I think the way we think about Anthropic is we want to do things the right way. We want to decrease that risk, hopefully to zero, and do things the right way.
But why doesn't everybody want to decrease the risk? Why is there what is the race toward?
It's like the technology, it has all of these commercial applications under which we deploy.
Yes.
People use the technology every day. I think it's both easy to get caught up in that, and some of it is genuinely necessary to fund the company. So it's very entangled. To get it right, you have to do a lot of things. And we find ourselves every day wrestling with these questions, right?